Today we are discussing the interview questions and answers for AWS Certified Developer Associate. You can download the complete list of AWS based questions from the link provided in the description. Our interview question based on Certified Developer Associate is: what is AWS Code Pipeline and how can it be used for continuous integration and continuous deployment (CI/CD)? Your answer should be AWS Code Pipeline is a fully managed continuous integration and continuous deployment service provided by AWS. It allows you to automate the build, test, and deploy phases of your application release process, enabling faster and more reliable software delivery. Our next interview question is: explain the concept of AWS Glue Data Catalog. Your answer should be AWS Glue Data Catalog is a fully managed metadata repository provided by AWS. It allows you to store, manage, and retrieve metadata for your data assets, making it easier to discover and analyze data across various AWS services and data sources. Our next interview question is: what is AWS CloudFormation Stack Drift Detection and how does it work? Your answer should be AWS CloudFormation Stack Drift Detection is a feature that helps you detect differences between the desired state of your AWS resources defined in the CloudFormation templates and their current state in the actual environment. It allows you to identify and reconcile any configuration changes made outside of the CloudFormation. Our next interview question is: explain the concept of AWS Lambda Function Concurrency Model. Your answer should be AWS Lambda Function Concurrency Model determines how concurrent executions of a Lambda function are managed. By default, Lambda manages concurrency at the function level, allowing multiple invocations to share the same function instance. However, you can also configure provisioned concurrency to ensure a specific number of concurrent executions are always available. Our next interview question is: what is Amazon CloudFront Origin Access Identity (OAI) and how can it be used? Your answer should be Amazon CloudFront Origin Access Identity (OAI) is a special CloudFront user identity used to restrict access to your Amazon S3 origin bucket. By associating an OAI with your CloudFront distribution, you can prevent direct access to your S3 bucket and only allow access through CloudFront. Our next interview question is: explain the concept of AWS Step Functions State Machines. Your answer should be AWS Step Functions State Machines define the workflow logic and execution flow of a serverless application. They consist of a series of states that perform individual tasks or make decisions based on inputs and outputs, allowing you to create complex, coordinated workflows. Our next interview question is: what is AWS Lambda layers and how can they be used to share code between Lambda functions? Your answer should be AWS Lambda layers allows you to centrally manage code and dependencies that are shared across multiple Lambda functions. Layers can contain libraries, dependencies, or custom runtimes which can be attached to Lambda functions to reuse code without bundling it with the function code itself. Our next interview question is explain the difference between AWS CloudFormation and AWS Elastic Beanstalk. Your answer should be AWS CloudFormation is a service that allows you to provision and manage AWS infrastructure as code using templates. It enables you to define the desired state of your infrastructure and automate resource provisioning. AWS Elastic Beanstalk, on the other hand, is a platform as a service PaaS that automates the deployment and management of applications. It abstracts the underlying infrastructure and allows developers to focus on application development rather than infrastructure management. If you are preparing for any AWS based certifications, you can download the complete list of valid, tried and tested questions and answers from the link provided in the description below.